Traveling can be a lot of fun until something happens. Then it's not so fun. Not so fun if your trip gets canceled or your luggage gets damaged during transit. That is where travel insurance comes in handy to help potentially cover the costs of those unexpected expenses that happen during a trip. Now, when I travel domestically, I typically don't purchase travel insurance, mainly because my health insurance has a wide list of providers that cover me medically in the United States, as well as my credit card offers a lot of great benefits to cover the cost of trip cancellation or delay, lost or damaged luggage, or rental car collision coverage. As long as I make purchases for my trip on my credit card, I'm covered in those scenarios. However, when I travel internationally, my health insurance does not cover me. Although my credit card still does cover me, I want additional protection. So I will look at purchasing travel insurance to give me some medical coverage as well as a backup to my credit card in case something happens that my credit card doesn't protect me. I'll have the travel insurance as a backup. Now, on my most recent trip to Germany, I had a lot of issues happen. If you haven't checked out my lessons learned the hard way video from everything that happened to me on that trip, I'll link that link down in the description box below so you can check it out. But one of the things that happened is one of my trains got canceled. So in today's video, I wanted to go over the travel insurance that I used and my experience with filing a claim with travel insurance. So my process starts at the very beginning of trip planning. Once I have a trip in mind and I'm starting to purchase things for the trip, such as airline tickets, hotels, or if it's a complete trip package with a travel agency or other travel group company, then I will look at purchasing travel insurance. Now, since 2019, I have used World Nomads for my travel insurance. This isn't sponsored, no particular reason. I researched different travel insurance companies and the coverage I was looking for and the price I was looking for, and they hit both of those with coverage and price. So that's something just to kind of do your research and look at which travel insurance company fits your needs the best. Now, as I'm trip planning, I will start saving all of my documents on some cloud storage, whether it's Google Drive, Apple's iCloud, some sort of cloud storage. I will start saving all of my documents. Saving all of my documents in one place helps keep me organized. But also if I'm traveling internationally, I will share that folder with a friend or family member, mainly my sister Kelly, so that someone has all my information in case something were to happen to me. They have my itinerary for the trip, my travel insurance, policy number, and the benefits that I'm covered in case they need to access it or use it on my behalf if, heaven forbid, I'm incapacitated to be able to make a claim or something happens. This is all so morbid. This organization, while you're planning your trip, will help you so much at the end of your trip in the event that you would need to file a claim for your insurance. Because filing a claim will request so much documentation that it will just take so much time if you have to go hunt and search for every confirmation receipt and everything that you didn't save ahead of time. So as you are purchasing and planning your trip at the beginning, start putting it all in one place and folder that you can easily access at the end of your trip in case you need, or during your trip, but at the end of your trip in case you need to file a travel insurance claim. So while I was in Germany, I was staying with my cousin in Stuttgart, Germany, and was planning a day trip to Strasbourg, France. I had pre-purchased train tickets that would take me directly from Stuttgart to Strasbourg in about an hour and a half, which would make it the perfect day trip. While I was in Germany, however, the French went on strike and my train that I was going to be taking was operated by the French, so it was canceled during the strike. Deutsche Bahn, the German transportation systems, did offer me the opportunity to switch my trains to the German operated trains and the few trains that they were operating between Germany and France. However, that wasn't a direct train ride. It was adding 3 or 4 different connections that would take the hour-and-a-half trip to about 3 to 4 hours, making Strasbourg no longer a quick day trip to go visit. So I decided not to reschedule or rebook train tickets for a different route. Germany does have passenger rights where you can fill out a passenger rights claim and get a refund for any train ticket that you purchased that was canceled due to a strike or something else. This is especially helpful if your train ticket that you purchased, you did not add on any refund option. Sometimes purchasing a ticket with a full refund option can be a little bit more expensive. So if you're trying to save money by not purchasing the refundable price for that ticket, it can come back to haunt you and you have to fill out more forms than necessary. So the passenger rights claim would have been a perfect opportunity to get refunded for the train ticket. However, it requires you to have an IBAN, an international bank account number, which most US banks do not participate in IBAN, and therefore I could not fill out the form to get a refund for my canceled train tickets. So I waited until the end of my trip when I returned back home to fill out a claim for my travel insurance. The process was fairly easy and straightforward on World Nomads website to start a claim. Did, however, require me to have a lot of paperwork. So they wanted documentation of everything. I had to provide documentation of my flight itinerary to verify that I did make the trip to Germany in the first place. And that included my boarding passes of all my flights, so I could prove that I was in Germany at that time. My confirmation and receipts for my train tickets, as well as documentation that the trains were canceled. So this is where it got a little bit interesting because my train tickets were mobile tickets, and the only notification that I never received an email. They probably texted me, but I had switched SIM cards while I was in Germany, so the number that Deutsche Bahn had on file for me was not being used while I was in Germany, so that's its own issue. But so I didn't get any notification that my tickets were canceled outside of on my mobile ticket on my cell phone, it's saying that it was canceled due to a strike. So I screenshotted my mobile tickets and saved those, as well as I found a press release article from the French Transportation Authority that there was a strike going on at that time period. So I saved that article as well. I also had to provide documentation that I was not able to get a refund for my train tickets. So I did have to save the piece of of Deutsche Bahn's website on the form where they request an IBAN number, and in the comment section of the form indicate that I don't have an international bank account number to obtain a refund. So after filling out the form, explaining everything that happened and uploading all of my documentation, I got an email confirmation that my claim was submitted, and it took exactly 6 weeks, Friday to Friday, for me to hear back that my claim was approved and that they were refunding me the amount for my train tickets, which was exciting news. They did give me a couple different options to get my refund, and that included getting refunded via PayPal, direct deposit to my bank, and all of those did come with a fee. The only free option to receive my reimbursement that didn't include any fees associated with it was to print out the check that they had uploaded to the claims portal and print that out and either take that to my bank or deposit it on using my mobile app. So that's something to be aware of. I don't know how prevalent home printers are. I certainly don't have a printer in my home, but luckily the day that I received the email that I got the reimbursement, I was at my sister's house and she does have a printer, so I was able to print off the check, sign it, and deposit using my bank's mobile app. So overall, from start to finish, as long as you keep yourself organized by having all of your documentation in order, it was pretty much a seamless, pain-free process to submit a claim, and I didn't have any issues. Now I know that's not always the case and claims are not always approved, so that is something to be aware of. Is you want to make sure that you do have documentation and make sure to double check the benefits and what you are covered for, and don't assume that just because you bought travel insurance that you are covered for anything that goes wrong on your trip, because there are certain exclusions that do apply. So be on the lookout for that when you purchase travel insurance. Let me know what your experience with travel insurance has been. Do you purchase travel insurance? Have you ever had to file a claim? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now.